What is up, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt, where Derek and I discuss movies and franchises and music, sometimes video games, and all things entertainment, and all the adjacent entertainment stuff that you can possibly think of because we want to. It's just
Entertainment's fun.
yeah, just what we like to do. It's what we like to talk about. So that's what we
Ooh,
do.
there we go.
Anyway, before we get into today's topic, which I'm sure you've already discovered from the title of this video,
Or you're blind and you accidentally clicked on this on your friend's computer.
in which case I'm so sorry. But buckle
You
up.
messed up.
We're going to have a wild ride nonetheless. Derek, how you been? What you been up to? I feel like I haven't talked to you in like legit forever.
Well, we talked all afternoon about bloodlines.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Uh,
Jesus.
God, well, I started playing Dead Space yesterday because I
Nice.
kind of am burnt out on Diablo for the time being.
Damn.
Well, hit like 110 hours in no time flat.
God
Uh,
damn.
Other than that, been trying to catch up on all the new 2024 horror movies that I'm missing. There's a lot.
That's fair. That's fair.
About you?
Well, I've been stupid busy, but when I've had time, I've been playing WoW with my little brother. He just got into it finally. It's been a long time coming, and I thought that I thought that I lost him. I thought that I lost him. I showed it to him a long time ago, and he loved watching me play, but it just never stuck. It never stuck like it did with me back in the day.
Yeah.
Years go by, and he tries it again, and he's like, "Yeah, this is fun." Then puts it down. But this time he came to me and said, "Hey, I'm gonna get WoW," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." So we've been playing WoW, leveling up some characters for him and shit, and so that's been pretty cool.
What's his
Enjoying.
name?
He's bouncing back and forth between a demon hunter and a hunter, but
Hunter.
he's got a
Hunter
death
Knight.
he's got a death knight as well maxed out. But that's because that was the first character that he made, and it was already pretty high up there. But he's been liking his demon hunter a lot. I think he prefers the more fast paced nature of a demon hunter and so forth, and the double jump and the pretty much free no fall damage because you can glide and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes his hunter as well. He's been trying to work on his rotation a little bit to maximize his damage output and all that stuff. And I was like, dude, don't even worry about all that shit.
Just have fun.
Yeah, play something you like to have fun with, and that's all that matters. And if you're having fun with the class, that's it. So we've just been doing that, and I've been taking advantage of the 20th anniversary event. Tons of XP boosts and shit to get alts caught up, and tons of cool gear and shit to transmog your stuff with, and mounts and pets and all kinds of stuff to collect, because 20 years, man, it's a long fucking time to be around for a game at all, let alone a game like WoW. The fucking MMOs don't typically have that big of a lifespan, I don't think. So it's incredible to see the absolute cesspool that it's gone through and still manages to go strong somehow. So
Yeah.
blows my mind, dude. Blows my mind. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just watched Thanksgiving for the first time yesterday.
Condolences.
Yeah, wasn't good. Sorry for anybody that enjoys the Thanksgiving movie. It just wasn't my cup of tea.
I don't understand how people like it. Like,
I,
I really don't.
I don't
Because,
either.
like you said, oh, there were a lot of people saying it was good. Yeah, that's the whole reason I watched it, because I was like, oh, damn, okay, people are saying an Eli Roth movie is actually solid.
Yeah,
Like, oh, all right, I'll give it a fair shake. And I was like, the fuck was that?
yeah.
Like, oh,
Wasn't a fan.
just no.
Wasn't a fan. I don't know. After the people were hyping it up at the Silver Scream Con specifically. That's why I was like, I need to check this out, because like, I mean, maybe that was a red flag for me not to look it up, because obviously people are just going to be interested in everything horror at the Silver Scream Con. That's just kind of what the demographic is. But I was like, fuck it, I'll just watch it for Thanksgiving, because why not? And it's a couple days before then now. And yeah, was not what I expected based on the hype that was surrounding it. So,
Yeah, no.
I mean, solid 4 out of 10, maybe. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it just wasn't good.
Yeah. No, originally I was going to try last month since WWE 2K24 was free for PlayStation Plus. I was going to try and do like a horror themed Royal Rumble with a bunch of different characters. And I was going to, record it on the PlayStation and then upload it to the channel as something fun. Fucking the guy from Thanksgiving won it, and I fucking uninstalled it off the hard drive. I was like, fuck this game. Fuck this game.
Not a snowball's chance in hell.
Yeah, no. That shit would no. Fuck no.
Not happening. That's fucking wild. Yeah, no. I don't know. I didn't understand. I understood the movie. I just didn't understand the hype surrounding it. But
yeah, and having lived through many a Black Fridays, seeing it just amped up to the fucking level that it was in that movie, considering during the time period which this is taking place, Black Fridays had become much more mellow and chill. That already made sure I wasn't going to, it wasn't believable. I couldn't immerse myself because I know that's bullshit.
Well, I mean, even that aside, though, even if it is satire, and it was going extreme, I still just could not find any interest in it. Even if it was going, it was just pushing that level of extreme. Because Eli Roth himself, I heard talk about it at the con, and he was like, I just wanted to make it go to the extreme, and there have been Black Fridays like that, I'm sure, to some degree.
Yeah, but back when Pickle Me Elmo was big.
Yeah, but even then, those weren't as abundant as people make them seem. That happened at stores, yes, and they happened at major cities, but that wasn't a general consensus across the board, guys. That's not what it looks like. I've been at retail since I was 16, and I can tell you right now, I've never once seen a Black Friday that bad in my life.
Yeah, even working in a bigger city, it was not that bad. It was never.
Yeah. But anyway, enough about Thanksgiving. I also have been listening to a shit ton of new music because we've got a little special episode coming out here in just a few weeks, which I know we are talking about doing this with Spotify in mind nowadays. So I'm not going to say next time you see us, we're going to have this, but I can say in full confidence that in a couple weeks, we're going to have a top 5 albums of 2024 coming out, guys. That's pretty big. We've had a pretty solid year this year, and the reason that's so big is because last year was kind of doo-doo. There really wasn't a whole lot of great albums that came out last year.
No.
And to see the amount of absolute gold that has come out this year brings a tear to my eye. Oh my god. It's just good stuff. Yeah. And I still have a whole I still have to listen to Opeth's new album too, so I haven't listened to that yet. Poppy's new album fucking annihilated it, dude. Shit was good. Good stuff.
Yeah, I did enjoy that one.
But yeah, it's been tough. I think I have my list so far. We're doing a most disappointing album of 2024, best EP, and the worst album of 2024 as well, right?
I didn't call it worst album of 2024. I called it the album that just didn't need to exist.
Oh, okay.
Of 2024.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I think I put on my list worst album, so I'll just do my worst album, but
to each their own.
Yeah. It'll be fun regardless. We got a special guest coming to hang out with us on that one as well. Not just Toby. We're going to have my buddy Cody as well. So that's going to be a pretty fun day. Talk about music and just the wonderful stuff we've been getting in 2024. It's good stuff. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Derek, what are we talking about today? What we got today?
Considering that the year damn near over, that means we're halfway through this decade. 2020, 2021, 22, 2023, 2024, basically in the books. So we are talking about the 10 best horror movies from the front half of this decade.
Hell yeah.
And I hope we just keep riding this wave into the latter half of this decade, because holy hell, this year alone has just been fantastic. But going back and looking at it, the first 5 years so far has been awesome. It's been so good to be a horror fan now. And if people aren't liking these movies and claiming they're horror fans, gonna go ahead and just say it. You're fucked in the head. That's all there is to it. This has just been banger after banger. God, it's been so good. Anyways,
Facts.
yeah, I'm excited.
That is facts. Holy shit! I did not realize that this came out last year. Interesting. Well, we'll be talking about it here in a minute, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, did you find something you missed?
no, I didn't miss it. I thought it had come out the year before last, but it actually came out last year.
Okay.
I did not realize that it was that new. It feels like I was sitting in the theater forever ago with that one, but
Yeah. But yeah, this gonna be fun.
yeah. So we'll do our normal format with our top fives, but we'll do obviously 10 through 2, and then I'm assuming you got some honorable mentions.
I could whip some up. Yeah, I actually didn't type any out.
I've got 4, but the way I do my list is I'll type out all the movies that I've seen and enjoyed, and then I'll go back through and pick my top 5 or my top 10 or whatever, and then whatever's left over I just have as my honorable mentions. That's just how I do mine, so that mine are just like already there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I went old school. I went pen and paper with this one.
Oh, word.
So, yeah. Decided to take a trip back into the early 2000s, if you will. All right, you want to get us started? You ready for this?
Yeah, I can go ahead and get started.
All right.
My number 10 is a little ditty called... Actually, it came out in... Let me go ahead and back up a little. Let me back up and get a little ahead of myself. Came out in 2022. And there's an early release date at July 21st, 2022, but August 5th is the official release date, I think, in 2022 in the States. And that is Prey.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember watching this on... I remember watching this on streaming, Hulu, I think, because they released it on Hulu, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they chose to skip theaters and straight to Hulu, which was a mistake.
Well, it was a mistake, but also everything in the film industry and music industry and all the entertainment industries were kind of on fire because of COVID still. I think things were just finally starting to die down in 2022 a little bit. But I do remember thoroughly enjoying this, and I have not seen the Predator movies, or movie. I don't know how many there even are, but this made me want to go watch them, so I just haven't watched them yet.
Hold on. You haven't seen any Predator movies?
No.
Okay, well, now is a good time to mention that I forgot an honorable mention for top fucking favorite movies, and that is Predator!
Nice.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, yeah. I've never had any desire to watch them, but I saw Prey. It made me a lot more interested in them. And yeah, I've wanted to go back and watch them. I just never did.
Definitely watch the first one. Oh my god. First one is just amazing.
How many are there exactly?
Well, there's Predator, Predator 2, we're not counting AVP, Predators, and then I think just The Predator, which The Predator was a train wreck. But the other 3, Predator 2 has grown on me a lot. Predator 1, yeah, it's definitely top 10, top 15, my favorite movies of all time. And then Predators was actually pretty solid. I enjoyed it a lot. More than I thought I was going to.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's my number 10, Prey.
Number 10, Prey. Okay. All right, number 10, released April 21st, 2023. And actually, I remember I saw this on 420, which is a bad day to be me, so it was awesome to be able to go see this in theaters. Evil Dead Rise.
Nice.
The older I've gotten, the more I appreciate the Evil Dead franchise, because I remember back in the early 2000s watching them all, and I literally did not care. Like, I was like, why are these good? Why are we watching these? The older I've gotten, the more I've grown to appreciate that. Like Evil Dead 2 is a perfect. I hated Evil Dead 2 back in the day, but now I love Evil Dead 2. I don't understand why it's in as high regard as it is, but I do really, really enjoy. Now, Evil Dead Rise, I love the fact that it changed the formula up from the normal Evil Deadness, and instead of being in a cabin in the woods, we are in a high-rise fucking building in the city. So it just opened up to a brand new playground, and the kills, like you squirm at a lot of them. Great performances. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. What was her name? Oh God, is it? No, I can't remember. The mom. The mom was absolutely fuck. Oh, Alyssa Sutherland. Absolutely fucking horrifying. And
Yeah, she is
I,
absolutely terrifying. She just has that face.
yeah, and she was perfect for this movie.
Yeah.
Um, but I hope I don't know when we'll be getting another sequel to Evil Dead, but if they follow in this one's footsteps, I am 1000% on board and cannot wait for it.
Yeah.
So, number 10, Evil Dead Rise.
Nice. It's kind of funny because my number 9 is Evil Dead Rise.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I obviously I didn't want to be too dramatic with it because we are.
I heard babies. So, anyways, Evil Dead Rise, Jacob's number 9, my number 10. What can I elaborate a little bit more on this one? Great opening, right? You start off thinking it's going to be in the woods, but
Yeah. Sorry about that. I
oh
had
no,
to
you're
turn
good.
the baby monitor off.
I started talking for you.
Yeah. No. I. Yeah, no, I didn't want to be too dramatic because we just talked about it, but yeah, Evil Dead Rise was my number 9, and I agree. Alyssa Sutherland, absolutely terrifying. She plays Auslog and Vikings as well, which significantly less terrifying. Of course, she's absolutely gorgeous woman, but in this movie in particular, like she makes you feel it. And
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I agree. The same as the Evil Dead 2015, I want to say.
2013.
2013. Yeah, there you go. The I don't know, the visceralness of the kills and the injuries that people sustain from um, just everything is horrid. You know, makes you squirm.
Yeah,
Makes you squirm a little
it
bit.
really does.
But yeah, number 9, Evil Dead Rise.
Okay, all right. Number 9, released at the height of the pandemic. And actually, it was this day I found out I had COVID for the first time, so that's freaking sweet.
Hell yeah.
Um, Released November 13th of 2020. We have got Freaky, directed by Christopher Landon,
Huh.
starring Vince Vaughn and Catherine Newton. Now, I've been a very, very big fan of Christopher Landon's work. Happy Death Day, Groundhog Day, except a horror movie. Freaky is Freaky Friday, except a horror movie. So seeing Vince Vaughn run around as a teenage girl is fucking hilarious. And then watching Catherine Newton, little Catherine Newton, running around as a fucked up killer. Oh, this was so good. Great kills, great story. I wish that Christopher Landon would have directed Time Cut as well because it would probably saved it, even though he was a producer on it, but Time Cut just wasn't as good. But this is definitely more up the horror comedy lane, I suppose. And I am sad that this movie was released at such just an awful, awful fucking time for just the human race in general. Because it didn't get its love in theaters that it deserved to get. But, I mean, from looking on here, it looks like it didn't triple its budget, so that's a good thing. So at least it was successful in some route. But if people have not checked out Freaky and they want a good laugh, please, dear God, check out Freaky. It's my number 9.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've heard of that. So, but that does sound like a pretty fun premise. So I'm probably gonna go check that out.
Oh yeah, it's seriously fucking hilarious. I love the movie.
I love that. All right, number 8. This one came out in the beginning of this decade, January 10th. Almost missed the cut. That's how early it came out. 2020.
Very close.
Very beginning. And this movie, I've only seen, I want to say twice, maybe 3 times, 2 or 3 times. I've only seen it a couple times, but it is probably my favorite performance of Kristen Stewart's, because I'm generally not a fan of the movies she's in. But she absolutely annihilated this role, I thought. I thought this is a pretty cool movie. And definitely would watch again a couple times. And I'm pretty sure you watched it with us the same day we watched The Thing, I think. Or unless I'm thinking of somebody else that was there with us. But
the only ones I remember watching was The Void.
No, it's not The Void.
Really good.
The Void was good. But no, this is
Yeah.
Underwater. You didn't watch Underwater with us?
No, I didn't watch it. Like, I've only watched Underwater once. I got it in my collection back there. It is good. It is good.
Who was with? Somebody else was with us when we were watching it. I thought it was you, but maybe it was somebody else. I can't remember. But Underwater, was phenomenal. I think that it did a good job of not playing itself too slow paced. Because a lot of movies like this like to start off really suspenseful and like drone on with backstory and stuff, but they kind of give you the backstory as the movie's progressing, and it just starts off with a bang, dude. It's just like it gives you a little snippets of this here and there. This is where we're at. This is what we're doing. Here's how it's going on, and then it immediately thrusts you into the story. You know, there's not a whole lot of like droning ass build up for no reason whatsoever. They save all of that for just the progression of the movie. They talk about stuff like that here and there to kind of catch you up to speed with why we're here in the first place and so forth, which I think is amazing, because there's just too many movies that like to take themselves way too seriously and tell you all of this disposition at the beginning, and I just lose interest by that point, you know. Yeah. And then you gotta really sell me at that point, you know. Like if like, I like backstory and disposition, but if you've lost me by the time the action starts happening, I mean, you really got to have some fucking grade A storytelling and punches in order to get me back into it, you know? So,
yeah.
But, that's my number 8, Underwater.
No, this one, and even, I would say, has gotten more horrifying just because, like, of Titan last summer. Like, think about that. Deep sea, pressure, everything. Oh, yeah. Deep sea on, like, I think I've definitely flipped on this since I was younger. Deep sea is more to me than outer space is anymore.
Oh, like, absolutely.
It's just fucking nuts.
It's closer to home.
Yeah.
It's closer to home.
It's not like, oh my God, I'm 70 light years away. No, you're just like 6 miles under fucking water, but you're still on Earth.
Yeah, and I'm really into eldritch horror. I'm really into deep sea horror kind of stuff. Thalassophobia type shit, you know, like that kind of stuff is my cup of tea. If anybody is aware about Cosmic Pizza, I mean, the whole fucking theme of the channel was cosmic horror and eldritch horror and whatnot, and Underwater does a very good job at eldritch horror. I mean, it takes the Cthulhu thing and does it really fucking cool, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just a hard genre to do, so being able to pull it off like Underwater did, I mean, it's a thumbs up in my book, so.
Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Number 8, released April 19th of this year. We have got, and I'm sorry, Jacob, Abigail. This
No, you're all
movie
good.
is so goddamn fun. Just a great ensemble. Great
Damn.
premise. Catherine Newton in it again. Uh, but it
I
also
need
has.
to fucking just hunker down and watch it because I've been wanting to since I've seen the trailer, and then I saw you made a video about Abigail, which I did watch, um, but I just have not gotten around to fucking watching it yet.
You sat down and watched Thanksgiving instead of Abigail. Sit on that for a second.
Yeah, I know. It was the hype built around with Thanksgiving. I just curiosity killed me, you know.
No, it's just fun. It is
Yeah.
just a fun horror movie. It's not a serious like, oh my god, like anything like that. It has fun. It doesn't take itself so serious. Melissa Barrera was in it, which she was in, the okay Scream 5 and then the god awful Scream 6.
Hmm.
Some other characters. Gus from Breaking Bad, he's in this. It's got just a great cast, great premise, great horror. It's funny, just a fun time all around. I recommend this movie to literally everybody. It's so fucking good. But yeah, Abigail, number 8.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I need to check it out really bad.
Yeah, you need to get on that shit.
Where's it? Where's it? Is it streaming on anything?
Last I knew it was Peacock.
Peacock. Okay, I'll take a look. But
And Peacock's running a deal right now too, where you can get a whole year for $20.
oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking solid.
All right, number 7 is a little bit more of a friendlier title, but it is a reboot, and I thought it was done quite well, as a matter of fact, compared to a lot of the reboots that take place, which usually do not do very well. And I'm not sure. Not sure how this one did it. I don't know if it did well or not, but I personally liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Came out July 28th, 2023, and it was Haunted Mansion. I'm a big fan of the original Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy, of course, but and I don't think that this one's better per se, but it was fun. It was pretty goofy. It was pretty spooky, just like the original Haunted Mansion was. But the cast that they got for it to reboot the movie, I thought was flawless.
Yeah, wasn't Rosario Dawson in it?
Yes, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. And Danny DeVito came in. What's his name? Owen Wilson. Spaced on that. Owen Wilson's in it. Fucking Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. Yeah, it was a pretty solid cast all around. But yeah, no, I thought it was a fantastic movie. It pulled your heartstrings a little bit, and I think it did a very good job at creating a reboot compared to a lot of films that just don't do it.
Yeah, they missed the mark.
They missed the mark pretty fucking heavy. But I think Haunted Mansion did it pretty well, and I just recently watched it with the babies this October, so everybody has a good time. It's a good movie, man. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, number 7, Haunted Mansion.
Okay, so drastically changing up gears now. Go from a horror comedy to a family comedy. I've got one that is like makes you feel just. Uh, uh. Anyways, released July 12th, 2024. I loved this year in horror. Long Legs. Long Legs.
I still need to
This
watch that one
movie.
too.
Yeah, this movie just damn like it just makes you feel uncomfortable because going into a horror movie and being like I want it to scare me so bad that I have shit down my does not happen. It like people that have that idea or mentality, it doesn't exist. This, on the other hand, feeling just God, I feel uneasy in my own fucking skin watching this. it knocks it out of the park. Osgood Perkins wrote and directed this, which he also has something coming next year that I'm pretty excited about. Something tells me we'll talk about that. Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage, like he is. Nicolas Cage has been a fucking horror icon the last few years, like super horror. I mean, God, what is there? Mandy, Willy's Wonderland, uh, Renfield. He was Dracula, which I know comedy. Color Out of Space. This. There's even that one that came out this year, Arcadian. It's supposed to be pretty awesome. Nicolas Cage is just untouchable in horror in my mind right now, just putting out banger after banger. But Nicolas Cage is, I'm not going to say outshined, but Mika Monroe, I don't know exactly how to pronounce her first name. There's something about her in this movie that you just can't help but your eyes just gravitate to her. She is magnetic and just so fucking good. Yeah, hopefully don't give away too much, but yeah. Long Legs, number 7. Check it out.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see that one as well. Speaking of Mandy, specifically, Meg just showed me Mandy this year, actually.
So good. I fucking loved Mandy.
Yeah, it was a lot. There was a lot going on in Mandy.
Yeah, that is definitely true.
Yeah. It had the guy that plays King Egbert. He was the main villain.
Oh, you see his dong?
Yeah. Pretty sure you see it in Vikings as well when he plays King Egbert. I can't remember, but
yeah, I never watched Vikings, so yeah.
I
saw it in Mandy.
He was one of the great, like, one of the best characters in Vikings, I thought. Very well executed. Very, very much so somebody that you end up, like, falling in love with as a character, but also you despise them. You despise them with every grain of your being, you know? And he just did it really well. But yeah, and Mandy, he just a fucking scummy piece of shit. Just a scummy piece of shit. Anyway, all right. Number 6. Number 6 came out March 18th, 2022. And it's got Mia Goth in it. It's called X. X is my number 6.
That's a good one.
It is one of the 2 in this trilogy I've seen so far. I've still not seen Maxine.
Maxine's so much fun. I'm a sucker for 80s though. 80s anything, you got me.
I want to see it. I want to see it, but I have to say that so far between X and Pearl, I like X the most. So I don't know if it's just the standard that it was that set, you know, with X didn't quite surpass it for me in Pearl. It was still a good movie, but I just liked X a little bit more. So maybe that's why I've just been a little skeptical about watching Maxine, but I've heard nothing but good things about Maxine. So I'll check it out regardless. But yeah, X is just a really cool stripped bare fucking, well, no pun intended, but also pun intended, stripped bare slasher film. And it just brings it back to that classic, like, slasher feel, you know? But there's also several scenes in it that just make you feel a little bit gross, you know? And that's what slasher is supposed to do. I think it did a damn good job doing that. I also got the pleasure of seeing this in theaters too, so that was fun.
Yeah, I was with you.
Oh yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. Holy shit.
And Toby was too. Yeah.
Toby was there too. Yeah. Yeah. Good times. Good times. But yeah, I think this is like my 3rd movie in my list so far from 2022. 2022 just had some bangers in it. What the fuck's going on there?
Oh, dude, don't. I've already showed my hand because there's more from this year.
I think mine also has more as well. My next 3, though. My next 3 are from this year.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Jesus.
We'll do it. We'll do a tally at the very end and see what year had the most for each of us.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and start getting my years written down while you're going. But that was my number 6, X.
All right. Okay, number 6. I almost felt a little bit, I don't want to say dirty, but not right about putting this one on this list just because I literally watched it 2 nights ago. So that should give it away for you because we were talking about it. I thoroughly enjoyed this, but it was released October 18th of this year. I am talking about Smile 2. Now, to make it short and sweet, I don't remember anything from the first Smile. I really, truly don't. I must have just been completely out of my gourd or something when I watched it. The only thing I remember is that I did like it. That's it. So I wasn't super excited for Smile 2 because I don't know. Couldn't remember the first one, but I remember feeling like I need a sequel. They're just making one to make money. But watching the trailer, I was like, okay, I'm a little bit on board. It's at least a different enough premise with a pop star instead of like a psychiatrist. And then I saw the reviews coming back for Smile 2. A bunch of people were saying it was super, super good. And it holds up to the first one, which is very rare that a sequel holds up to or surpasses the original. So I was like, okay, this is definitely on my radar. Check it out. I am a fan of Naomi Scott. The only thing I've seen her in was the Power Rangers reboot, which was good. Should have got a sequel to that. Introduced Tommy. What the fuck ever. But when I watched this the other night, I was like right out of the gate, it grabbed me by the balls and it did not fucking let go. It was intense. I felt like anxiety watching this movie for her because of everything that she is going through on top of being pursued by this entity. Oh man. Naomi Scott performance, I can't say enough about it. It is easily one of the best horror performances of this year alone. Not even counting, I would put this on the same level as like a Toni Collette from Hereditary performance. Some people are going to say I'm crazy for that, but this to you. So, actually, wait. Smile 2 is my number 6.
Nice. Nice. Again, haven't seen it. I'm slacking, dude. Slacking on these movies.
No, I'll say that one I'll give you a pass on. That one just came out, like, it's been out for 6 weeks, like, total. So,
yeah.
I mean, that one's a little understandable, not quite have seen yet.
Yeah, some of them, I just don't get to the actual, like, movie theater as much anymore, so a lot of the newer ones I have missed.
Yeah, Abigail you don't get a pass for, but this one you do.
I just looked up, actually, Abigail, I think, is on Amazon.
It's on Amazon
might
now?
Might have to rent it, but it looks like it's on Amazon. Yeah, I didn't see Peacock on there.
Here, hold on. I'll check while you're going through.
But
next up,
number 5 came out January 19th of this year. Oh, wait. Actually, that was at Sundance. It came out October 4th, 2024 this year in the States after Sundance. But It's What's Inside. It's What's Inside was it was just an absolute mindfuck, dude. There was a point where Meg and I had like stopped that we paused the movie entirely to like collect our thoughts for a second and write down. I don't know if have you seen It's What's Inside?
No, I actually haven't seen this one.
Oh, dude, you need to watch it. You need to watch it. Like, this isn't really a spoiler, but there's the whole premise is this guy brings this game over that switches your consciousness into somebody else's body.
Jesus.
And the whole movie is them trying to, like, guess who is who, you know? And then, obviously, something goes wrong, and shit starts to hit the fan and so forth. But we were getting to the climax of the movie, and I was like, hang on, hold up a second. I fucking paused the movie, and I grabbed a sketchbook. I wrote down everyone's names and who was seen in whose body last. And some stuff happened, so I was connecting dots and shit and drawing lines like a fucking madman, trying to guess the ending, because it's just obviously it's just fun to do. And I was wrong. Like it still gets you, like, even with all of that knowledge. So if you're able to guess the person that it is at the end, you know, obviously the big reveal at the end, then power to you, because it fucked me up. It fucked me up
It
something fierce, but
did all that detective work and still got you nowhere.
I was close. I was fucking close, but I miscalculated one very vital person, and it was masterfully crafted. I mean, it just, I thought it was very well done, and I think the transition scenes with the storytelling scenes when someone's telling are retelling a memory, they have these like pictures, like film pictures that are like what is the name of the picture? The film ones that you have to like wave around and shit. The
Polaroids.
Polaroids, yeah. They're like in the style of a Polaroid, but all the transitions, every time someone's recalling the memory and someone's like, no, it was this person doing that or whatever, it changes the Polaroid to fit that description instead. It's just a really interesting like dynamic between the acting itself, which was also just very well done, and transition scenes like that was very creative in my opinion, and I eat that shit up. But yeah, super fun, very suspenseful, very just like it puts you in that scenario, like what would you do if this was the scenario you were put in, and it's, I don't know, I thought they did a damn good job of it. But yeah, it's What's Inside, number 5.
Yeah, I think Tony told me about this one. Yeah, I think he said it was
It is a mindfuck, and it was a very good mindfuck.
Yeah, I was just gonna try to see if it's streaming anywhere, because
we watched it on Netflix, I thought.
Oh, okay, good. I actually do. Yep, it is on Netflix. Okay, cool. I actually have Netflix.
While you're telling your number 5, I got a situation. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So number 5. Forgive me because I'm kind of cheating a little bit here, but released July 2nd, July 9th, and July 16th of 2021, the Fear Street trilogy. Now, if you held a gun to my head and told me to pick one out of the 3, so the reason I put the 3 together is just a great, cohesive, start to finish story. I would still pick probably 78. 78 was my favorite out of the 3, just because it's more frickin' Friday the 13th-esque, and I wasn't big on Scream, so that's why I wouldn't pick 94. But the Fear Street trilogy was just super awesome. I actually have already done a review of, Shady Side and what was it, Sunny Side? I can't remember what the other town was. But the ensemble that they had, the cast was just great. Kiana Madeira, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct, is Dina. And then Olivia Scott Welch is Sam. Benjamin Flores Jr. is Josh, the little brother. All in all, just super, super freaking, like, if you don't have your ensemble have chemistry and feel like they are actually friends and stuff, then you can tell that. You can feel that in the movie, and it pulls you out of it. This, don't have that issue with it. And one thing that I will also say about the trilogy as a whole is they had balls, because I was half expecting this to be like It Chapter 1. It's like, oh no, the teenage kids they're going to play it safe, because we've been kind of conditioned to that. And I'm looking at you, Scream 5 and Scream 6. No, they killed the fuck out of some of the main characters in the first movie. So right out of the gate, that had me more like, okay, we are at a point where anybody can die. It makes it more suspenseful. But yeah, the trilogy as a whole is great. And Jacob is talking to a baby monitor. Fun.
We're all good.
Okay.
I was muted, right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
good.
I couldn't hear anything. Did see Meg sneak in there though.
Oh, that's all right.
But yeah, Fear Street trilogy number 5.
Okay. I've seen. I think I've seen all the Fear Streets. Hang on. How many are there? Fear.
94, 78, and 1666.
Oh, trilogy. You said trilogy, duh.
Yeah. And I legit, gun to my head, if I had to pick one, it'd be 7.
Okay, I've seen the first two. Oh,
Oh,
wait, hang on. The part 3 is at the cabin?
Uh, part 3 is
Or
like
not the cabin, the
old
camp.
timing. Yeah, no, part 2 is the camp.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was the one I seen last. Was part 2. I never got around to
Yeah, part
part
3
3.
would honestly be more up your alley. It's got like witch vibes too. The Witch.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, I thoroughly enjoyed the first two quite a bit. But I just never got around to watching the third one.
Oh, dude, yeah, you gotta finish it out because it ends like and I'm not saying this in a bad way that it ties it up neatly with or anything, but it is a hard fought story. So to see the ending, like it makes it all worth it. Just great overall. Can't recommend it enough. Actually, the Fear Street trilogy, Karen's favorite like horror movies. She like obsessed with them, loves them.
Surprisingly, I think Deanna is the one that showed me the Fear Street movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, usually I'm the one showing her horror movies, but she's like, I actually watched these the other day by myself. I think you'd like them. And I was like, all right,
Yeah,
fuck it, let's check them out.
they're great. But yeah, that's my number 5, 3 movie. Fear Street trilogy.
Nice. Okay, number 4 came out this year as well. It came out September 6th, 2024. And it is a sequel. It is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why my brain just was not going there for that one. I was like, okay, I should know this.
Yeah, no, Beetlejuice was a phenomenal. This is how you do a sequel to a classic, guys. Like, was it better than the original? No. Did it have to be? No. It took the story to a different location, a different scenario. It was still funny. It was still very Tim Burton. It was still very not taking itself seriously at all. It had me cackling the whole time.
Later, fucker.
Yeah, the whole thing was just amazing, and my boy Bob got done dirty.
That's my biggest con about the movie
same.
is Bob was so awesome and then just got shit on.
He got
like,
shit
Bob
on hard.
Better.
Exactly, but yeah, no, it was just a fun movie. Like I went in being the very skeptical person that I am about classics, especially classics like fucking Beetlejuice that I hold to such a high regard. That I went in pretty skeptical. I'm not gonna lie. I went into the theater with the bar low because I was just. I've been done wrong by sequels too many times, especially sequels to really good movies.
Yeah, or well, it's not just that, like, but sequels that are happening for movies, and it's not like just a few years, it's a few decades.
Oh
like,
yeah.
The chances of it being awful fucking skyrocket.
Yeah.
At that point.
Exactly, and to that, like the fact that they did so well, with such, I mean, high standards being set fucking several years ago. Is just it's a testament to what they can do with what they know the audience is gonna like if they just listen to that, you know. And yeah, it was really cool, and it was cool that they got a alternative for that one guy who plays the dad. I can't remember his name.
Let's just not even speak his name.
Yeah,
bad.
Forget him. But he's just a shit human being, and he is rightfully not in this movie, and his character is like his character's in this movie to a degree, and I thought that they did that pretty well. They handled that pretty gracefully, all things considered.
Claymation considered too.
Yeah, and you know your boy loves a good claymation, anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what a cool takeaway from a sequel. You know, gladly we'll watch this again, 100%.
I actually do need to rewatch this because I missed the first couple minutes of it. We got to, or I hope it was the first couple minutes, because it's basically when, I can't remember if Lydia was going, or she was going to her mom, or her mom was about her dad dying, and then the claymation stuff started. That's when I got into the. So I think I missed like maybe the first 5 minutes or so.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that just gives some more disposition to her mom and what her mom's been doing and shit. I think.
Okay.
But I also need to rewatch it. I only seen it the one time in theaters, but
Yeah.
yeah, very good. Number 4, Beetlejuice. Let's go.
Right.
Let's do it.
Your eyes ready to roll?
Oh God.
I got it. I got the one that's gonna have the eyes roll in the back of your skull. I'm on an island with this one, and I don't fucking care. Released October 15th of 2021. Halloween Kills. I love this goddamn movie. Where most people complain about Evil Dies Tonight, that doesn't bother me. The dialogue is cringe in some spots. That doesn't bother me. What this movie does right is it is literally a slasher on steroids. We've got a burnt, pissed off Michael Myers in this movie, which nobody will convince me he looks better in a different movie. This is the best Michael has looked, with the burnt mask and everything. If I didn't have to take my masks down from my original display up there, I would bust it out and show you. But Michael Myers just looks fucking amazing in this, and the kills are beyond fucking brutal. Even if one of them is like a weird John Wick-esque luck kill, I can look away for that. That doesn't bother me. The dude getting the knife in the eye, awesome. Marion getting stabbed, fucking dead, oh, awesome. Fucking Lil Jon and Big John, two of the best characters in a fucking Halloween movie ever. Fight me on it, I don't care.
No, I'll give you that one.
Love Lil Jon and Big John. There is a reason why at work there is a Little John and a Big John, just to, as an homage, because I love those characters so much. But yeah, there are some things I would have liked seen done differently in the movie, but ultimately I got good kills and I got a fucking badass looking villain. And the story didn't need to be groundbreaking because it was literally just, it was all supposed to be that night, what happened that night. So, I love Halloween Kills. It's a comfort movie of mine. I will put it on to fall asleep to a lot. And I do that the same with my number 1 as well. But yeah, Halloween Kills, number 4. Bring it, people. Bring it.
Yeah, we all probably know what my my take on the Halloween, the new Halloween trilogy is. Actually, I got
Oh, go ahead.
I got some pretty hot takes on just the Halloween franchise as a whole, to be honest with you. But
yeah, I can't wait for that.
Oh God,
hey,
dude.
at least I didn't say Halloween Ends. That
I would have stopped recording. I would have stopped recording because I would have had some choice fucking words to say to you that I cannot say online.
No, there was, I can't remember what put it out like today, but there was some article about the top like 12 slashers that have came out in the last like 10 years or whatever. You want to guess what number 2 was?
Oof.
Yeah.
Peyton and I actually just did our most recent On Thin Ice episode, which I think will be coming out next Monday. And it was, what are your least favorite or worst movies of all time? Guess which one I talked about a lot.
Hopefully Ends.
Actually, we both had a lot to say about Ends. But you already know.
Ends was atrocious, man.
You already know I'm not a fan of the other two either, so.
Yeah. They're not the worst. I've seen some dog shit.
Oh, trust me, I've seen way worse, but
I've seen Alien Resurrection and Alien Covenant.
yeah, that's fair. I've seen both of those as well. Not great, but we're talking about best horror movies, top 10 horror movies of the past 5 years. So, moving on to number 3. Stop talking about dog shit. Let's talk about some good stuff here. Now, this one was a little difficult because I was bouncing back and forth between 2 on this one. And the reason for that is because they're from the same franchise, and I wasn't going to put both of them on here. This one came out September. No, it didn't. It came out October 11th, 2024. And that is Terrifier 3.
I'm shocked.
Terrifier 3, after much deliberation, I have decided I'm pretty sure I like it more than 2. Mainly for the pacing. Plot-wise, story-wise, whatever, I think that it holds itself up just as well as 2. But I think that the pacing in Terrifier 3 just sat with me a little bit better. Because I am with the massive amounts of people that think that Terrifier 2 was just too padded out at the end. It just was too fucking padded out at the end, and they could have cut at least 15 minutes from that bitch, and it would have been so much better for it. But look, I'm not alone. You can go look up some fucking reviews on the internet. They'll agree with me.
Oh, I'm not alone either. Don't worry.
Anyway, Terrifier 3 was very fun. It was a fun movie. I think that Damien just did a fantastic job, and the dude he accomplished things that I didn't think were possible to accomplish for an indie film director. And I mean, he pushed this thing to the fucking max, dude. $2 million budget, $87.3 million box office. Come on, dude. Come on. For Terrifier? What the fuck? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. That's not gonna happen for any other indie film director. I don't care who you are. I don't care what the film's about. It's not gonna happen. And it's intense. It's intense that was able to happen at all. Let alone the camaraderie between him and Ice Nine Kills for the work of art music video, and the success that has brought Ice Nine Kills as well. Because the song's just fucking bumping everywhere. It's making it to it's topping charts and shit, I think. So like, I mean,
So good.
It's insane, man. It's crazy. But yeah, Terrifier 3 had some dumb, funny shit in it. It's had some fucking hilarious shit in it. It had some pretty disgusting things in it, of course.
Yeah.
And it had some good old classic Art the fucking Clown doing some Art the Clown shit. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Terrifier 3. It's my number 3.
Solid. Like, I'm not gonna say a bad word about Terrifier 3 because you know that I liked it a lot.
I only have one major gripe about it, and we already talked about that. So
Yeah, which
hopefully
you can write your way out of that one.
You can
write your way out of that one.
And please do.
Because just if that gripe gets fixed and in Terrifier 4, then there is a very real chance that Terrifier 3's rating will go up.
Oh yeah. Easily.
Which I won't even lie, it's gone up a little bit since then. So. All right. Number 3 for this guy. I don't know why. I've been obsessed with this movie this year. And it definitely has made my just top of 2024 hard when considering everything. Released March 22nd of 2024. We have got Late Night with the Devil.
I still need to watch this one too. Damn it.
Yeah, dude, like seriously, this year has been so fucking good. Like this is head over shoulders been the best year for horror out of the last 5 years, opinion. Like we've gotten so many. Like I'm not gonna mention any more because I'm gonna mention one more at some. But yeah, oh god, the last name David Dastmalchian. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Jack Delroy. That whole setup, I love it that it's a late night show, and then the commercial breaks are just like somebody filming behind the scenes, and then you're watching it unfold. The audience as well, and it's crazy. This one still baffles me that I like it as much as I do. Not that it's like out of my wheelhouse, right? But no, like it baffles me that I like it as much as I do. Like I love this fucking movie. I want to recommend it to everybody right now, because if you haven't seen this, it's on Shudder. Go sign up, get a 7-day trial, watch this. There's a bunch of other good stuff on it. But yeah, Late Night with the Devil, just so good.
Nice. Yeah, speaking of the 2024 thing, and back to my 2022 thing, I just did my tally, and I've got 3 for 2022 and 3 for 2024, so pretty neck and neck.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, I need to watch that still. I was pretty intrigued by the trailer, so I definitely had intention to watch it, but just no follow through yet. But I'll get there.
Once it hits the gas, it like literally jams the gas pedal in your asshole. That's like how hard this fucking movie hits when it hits.
Hell yeah. All right, so yeah, I'll definitely add that one to my list. But so this was hard. I think sentiment put this one in my number one at first, but the sheer amount of times that I saw my number one made me put that in my number one. So this one landed my number 2 spot, but I just wanted to say that to explain to you how close this was. This one, again, sentiment, I've seen it less than my number 1, but I just feel like it resonates with me a little bit more. But it's undeniable which one of these I like more because I've seen it so many times. So number 2 came out August 27th, 2021. And that is Candyman.
I knew it would pop up high.
Yeah, and speaking of sequels, this one I'm pretty sure technically does count as a sequel. It takes place several years after the original Candyman. But I think they just tried to wipe out Candyman 2 and Candyman 3. They just tried to wipe those out.
2018 did.
What's that?
I said you could say they Halloween 2018 did.
Oh yeah. They just took the stuff that they were ashamed of, pushed it out of sight, and they put this in its place.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's just spine chilling. Like it's just got like a unsettling feeling. And if you're one of those people that likes to rewatch, like then the next time you rewatch the movie, you're pretty much paying attention to nothing but the backdrop. Highly recommend doing that for It Chapter 1, by the way, if you haven't, because it's fucking creepy. But this one as well. If you pay attention to the backdrop of Candyman, there's just some just unsettling things that happen, and just little tiny bits and pieces here and there that you didn't quite see in the first watch through. You know what I'm saying? But what is his name? It's the guy that plays Candyman.
Not Tony Todd, but
no, not Tony Todd. Oh, Yahya Abdul Mateen II. Sorry if I butchered the fuck out of that, but absolutely fucking phenomenal actor, dude. He is a phenomenal actor, and like what a way to take the mantle up from Tony Todd. Rest in peace, by the way. But Tony Todd does make an appearance very briefly at the end, kind of, sort of. He's like he's a visage of the Candyman from the first movie and so forth. When they go through the different Candymen over the years and shit, they're kind of trying to explain the whole hive mind thing. And yeah, dude, it's phenomenal. What a way to do a sequel, you know? Just a damn good sequel. And it looks like it was pretty successful. $25 million budget, $77.4 million box office, so pretty fucking solid.
And that's still like when people, like, it was 2021.
Yeah.
People still weren't fully back in theaters yet.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, Jordan Peele wrote the screenplay for it. Or co-wrote the screenplay. I should mention that. Nia DaCosta
of the Marvels directed this.
Yeah, the one that directed the Marvels directed this, and what a fucking contrast! like, couldn't get 2 more stark contrasts of a movie comparison if you tried, you know. But yeah, number 2, Candyman.
One thing that I really liked about Candyman is originally, you're thinking like Tony Todd is the Candyman. So how they were able to explain that there have been multiple Candymans, that was my biggest like, how are they going to do that? Like, what? It's not going to make sense. It made sense and it worked
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It didn't seem like it was too forced into the plot, you know. Also, I gotta give it to the fucking makeup and effects artist, dude. When he starts getting that fucking rash all over him and shit, and like the holes inside of his face, and so it starts to look like a fucking beehive in there. Like I was like,
Yeah,
oh, that's fucking disgusting, but it fits so well with like the whole bee thing, you know, like um, the fact that his skin just turns into a hive is like, oof, ugh, disgusting,
brilliant.
but
Just
so good.
brilliant all around.
Yeah, yeah, so good, so good, so good.
Okay, all right. So, number two. Man, this movie, I still think about this movie and my brain just starts misfiring every single time I think. Released September 20th of 2024. We've got Coralie Farjah's The Substance.
Okay,
Love, can't stress enough how much I loved this movie. Um, God, Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley, which I didn't realize she was the chick from the bad Death Note movie on Netflix. Did
I
not
haven't seen it.
know. Yeah, well, just keep it that way. Because even as somebody who kind of watched like 20 episodes of Death Note before he was like, I don't like anime. Uh, that movie's not good. This movie, on the other hand, like it doesn't. One thing I like is it's simple. It's very, very simple because you can get bogged down with the, oh, she's in this show, blah, 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 blah. That, like, go more in depth with everything. This strips all of that crap back because you're like, why would people be this obsessed with a workout show? It doesn't fucking matter. It's America. They'll be obsessed with whatever they're being told to be obsessed. Um, I would be also lying if I said eye candy in this movie. Like, I'm a man. uh, and one thing that I said in my review of this movie legitimately is the gold standard now for body horror movie. It makes you kind of, oh, what the fuck is, no, she's come, no, what? And yeah, I'm still blown away by the fact that me and Tony both couldn't speak in like full sentences after we saw this movie. It was fragmented. We understood each other perfectly clear, but neither one of us could formulate like a long chain of thought. I 2 hour and 20-minute movie, it flies by. The performances you're just enamored by, and yeah, the substance number two, just so good.
Nice, nice. Okay, so I think it is time for honorable mentions if you had any. I had a couple
Yeah.
on here. Um,
Okay.
One of them I put on here because I remember watching it. I just don't remember much about it. That's why I couldn't justify putting it on my list. But Antlers. I don't know if you've seen Antlers or not, but
I still haven't seen Antlers.
I've got bits and pieces of it in my head. I remember it. I want to say I remember it being pretty good, but I also don't remember much of it. So, but I've only seen it once, so that's probably why. And it was also it was years ago, so definitely at the beginning of this decade. So
Yeah.
I'll have to rewatch that one. But if let us know down in the comments below. Have you seen Antlers? Is it any good? Should I rewatch it? Um, anyway, I also had the Hellraiser remake. Um,
See, I didn't like that. Like it wasn't the female pinhead or anything. It was just that I don't know. It didn't feel right, and like it was like the same with like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street remakes. When they made it, they're like, okay, franchise. It's like, what's my point getting involved with this movie that's in a long running franchise?
yeah,
Wanted to like it, but I just couldn't.
I thought it. I also came into Hellraiser the remake only seeing the original Hellraiser, so that's the only thing I had it to compare it to. was just the first Hellraiser, and I like the first Hellraiser, but again, that's all I had to compare it to. So I thought, you know what, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was a cool spin on things, and everything looked really cool and fresh. And my one gripe is a pretty minor gripe. The box itself, I didn't like because it wasn't a box.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, there was just something about that like I could not get behind. And
Yeah.
I was disappointed with that. It wasn't the female Pinhead. Jamie Clayton did awesome as Pinhead.
Yeah.
Just the story, I just was not like digging at all.
I remember the one chick, the one main chick. I forget her name, but I remember her pissing me off a lot. I think at the beginning of it, and I think that's where I disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where I disconnected from it the most. But overall, it was all right. I mean, I've definitely seen worse reboots, for sure.
Oh, there's been worse Hellraiser movies.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Yeah.
But I also had the Last Voyage of the Demeter, which I know didn't get great reviews, but I personally thought it was pretty cool. Had a couple cool jump scares, a couple cool like just eerie bits in it, and I'm also just a fan of that time period of movie, so that's probably why I liked it.
Yeah.
And I also like I'm doing horrible with names today, but what is his name? The main character, his Corey Hawkins. Corey Hawkins, who plays Clemens, the main character. He also plays Heath in The Walking Dead. But yeah, he just did a really good job as a main role, and I need to rewatch that, honestly, because I remember having fun with it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool story. But also just the idea of being on a ship in the middle of fucking nowhere with a big ass vampire on board. Come on, dude. That's scary as fuck, dude. Come on. And then I also had Malignant, which I remember, again, I only seen it once, but I remember liking it a decent amount when I left the theater. So yeah, that's why it's on my honorable mentions. Didn't make my list, but
yeah, Malignant was okay.
It's all right.
Like it was, yeah.
Definitely seen better, but I've seen a lot worse. So
yeah, we've seen Halloween Ends.
Unfortunately, I'll never get that playtime back in my head.
Yep, no, not at all. Is that all your honorable mentions?
That is it. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. I have got Invisible Man from 2020, directed by Lee Winnell. I love the take on Invisible Man in this one. He just was just a suit of cam. Like that was just cool to me.
Hell yeah.
Possessor, directed by Brandon Cronenberg. I remember I only watched that once because I was like, man, that was this kid's gonna be just like his dad.
Nice.
I've got Candyman on here. The Black Phone, directed by Scott Derrickson and Ethan Hawke with The Grabber. Yeah, that movie freaked Karen the fuck out.
I still need to see that one as well.
I did like Barbarian with Justin Long.
Yeah, Barbarian is that should have been on my honorable mentions as well.
I'm pretty sure this one. I thought this one came out in maybe 22, but Deadstream. It was a Shudder movie. That was pretty cool found footage. What else we got? And lastly, Oddity from this year, directed by Damian McCarthy. That doll's just fucking creepy as all fucking get out.
Nice.
All right.
I don't know how I forgot I forgot it again.
Barbarian.
I was literally just talking to you about Barbarian.
Yeah.
How did I forget to write that down?
No, I legit there are probably more I have, but I knew I was getting 5 movies from just this year alone for this list, so I didn't write a bunch of them down. So Invisible Man came to me, Barbarian came to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's more than likely others, but
we watched Barbarian in October, so like that should have been fresh in my head. I was like spaced on that, but
it happens.
But anyway.
Okay, number one.
Number one. Do you have any guesses?
No, actually I don't, oddly enough.
Well, this one came out in November 18th, 2022. And it is featuring Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicholas Hoult.
Okay, hold on. Literally, when I was going through my list earlier today, swear to God, I saw that, which, yeah, that should be on my honorable mentions list. I said, oh, there's Jacob's number right there. I said it fucking earlier, and then I completely blanked on it.
Yep, the menu. Dude, if you like Hell's Kitchen, you're gonna like this. I mean, it's just an over the top, just fucking.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. It's also fun. Like it's fun though. Like it's a fun.
Yeah.
Like kind of a mystery, but I mean, it's not really a mystery to solve so much as like how are these suspense? I guess is the correct category for that. But how are these characters going to get out of the predicament that they're in? And right off the bat, you feel sorry for some of them, and then you just like you could give a shit less about the others. And as the fucking night progresses, you're just like, you know what? Maybe they all deserve to be here, you know? Like, I don't really like any of these guys except for one, you know, or two of them maybe that just kind of here by default or whatever. But yeah,
I remember being excited, like, I was like, oh man, I want Nicholas Hoult to die in this movie. I hate his fucking character. He's such a bitch.
He is such a bitch, and oh my god, does he just play it. Dude, he plays that character so well. I think that he did a phenomenal job. I'm also just a sucker for Anya Taylor-Joy, so there's that, but she did a phenomenal job. Ralph Fiennes? How the fuck do you pronounce his name? Voldemort, yeah. Ralph Voldemort did a phenomenal job in this movie as the Gordon Ramsay-esque character.
Nailed it.
Just absolutely nailed it. And Julian Sloke, that's his name in the character, in that movie. But yeah, Jesus Christ! If you have not seen this movie, go watch it. I also got the privilege of watching this in theaters when it came out. Just damn good movie.
It was very good. And
well, we're gonna be watching this on Thanksgiving, actually, just because, obviously.
Food. I mean, yeah.
Good Thanksgiving movie for sure.
Yeah, this one, it does have a serious tone, but it's in a very fun way.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's not heavy. Like it's not like Long Leg. Menu. I am fucking pissed. Yeah. Seriously, I swear to God, I was scrolling through. I was like, oh yeah, there it is. There's Jacob's number right there.
Yeah, it was almost my number 2, but because I love the Candyman a lot. As anybody that's watched this channel on any episode I'm in, I've probably talked about Candyman at least once, you know. But but then I was like, you know what? No, no. I've seen the Menu so many fucking times. That's got to be it. So
yeah,
had to do it to him.
Yeah, you did it to him. You did it to him good.
Oh yeah, go watch the Candyman, guys, and the Menu.
Okay, well, this ain't shocking, but released October 6th with a runtime of 38 minutes that I loved every fucking minute of. Terrifier 2. Okay, let's get right down to that runtime. Now, as many of you have probably already gathered, I am a huge slasher fanatic. So, most of you may understand that the typical slasher is an hour 30, maybe an hour 40 if you're lucky. Breezing through everything. You don't care about the fucking characters at all. You're just there to watch them die. Terrifier 2 does it completely different, and it fully fleshes out every character, so you genuinely care about them when they meet their gruesome inevitable
What did you
demise.
fucking say that runtime was again?
Says an hour 38.
No, you need to try again, bud.
Or, oh shit, sorry. No, 138 minutes. My bad.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours and fucking 20 minutes or some shit.
Yeah, no, it's 2 hours and 18 minutes. If I said hour 38, my bad. I'm looking at it and I meant 138.
Yeah, because when you said hour and 38 minutes, I was like, that would have been beautiful.
Damn, I was even looking at... No, it would not have been. All I'm going to say is sit through every single slasher that I have watched ever, the same amount of times that I've watched them ever. And then you will understand what I'm saying. But, well, let's just use, Friday the 13th Part 4, a perfect example. Do we know anything about the kids there? Other than they're going to get laid and then they're going to get killed? No, we don't know. We don't fucking care.
Yeah, but the Friday the 13th franchise is a horrible franchise to compare us to because this is actually good. This is good.
No, I'm comparing a slasher to a slasher.
Come on.
And yes, you can say they're terrible. I like Friday the 13th Part 4. But my whole point is, if you don't care about the characters, then you just... It's whatever. Even if they get a good death, you might remember.
Okay. I'm not asking by any means to cut out character development. I'm asking to cut out padding. And what I mean by padding is at the very end of Terrifier 2, there is the whole sequence of them in this ride, the Terrifier ride or whatever, or haunted thing or whatever. And there are multiple back and forths between the exact same characters that lead to nothing until Sienna gets thrown into that pit and she reaches out and gets the sword and shit or whatever. You know, like that was like the whole climactic point of that scene. But there were multiple times where she's back and forth. I'm going to go find this person. This person's going to find that person. That person's going to find this person. Like I'm not asking them to cut out any character development. I'm just saying, like, some of that stuff where it's just them, like, I feel like I've watched them cross the same exact fucking hallway 20 times. Can we cut that back to, like, 5 times, maybe? Like, we get it. They're chasing each other. We get it. They're fucking evading each other's presence and shit. I want to see the character development, but that is padding. There's no development being made in that 10, 15 minutes worth of time, is what I'm saying.
I think you're also estimating the amount of time like that is, because that... I don't think it's that long. I really, truly don't. If anything, the chase is fucking intense, and it keeps you fucking going. But, so, like I said, the runtime has legitimately never bothered me, and it never will bother me. I've watched this movie like 70 times, and that's all being on the low end spectrum here. But, no, another thing that was awesome about this is just, this is where we truly got the birth of a new horror icon. We got our new Freddy, Michael, or Jason with art. And so, being that it was micro budget, $250,000, making like over $15 million at the time, which, yeah, Terrifier 3 outdid it. Box office, every fucking number imaginable, hitting them, which is awesome. This is where it like truly birthed, because anybody can put out a movie or even a sequel with a shitty fucking villain, and then it goes nowhere. This is where it blossomed. The craziness came out. The brutality really fucking shined. And I'm not taking away anything from 1 because it was brutal as fuck, but it also didn't have as much like punch that this one did to get it into the masses and then make art a fucking household name like it had.
Yeah.
Especially this year. So I love this movie. I love the fact that I've been able to get pictures with and meet the main cast of the movie. They're very down-to-earth people. That also probably helps with just overall liking it. Because if Damien was an asshole about it, I'd still like it, but it wouldn't be as much. But
I feel you.
But yeah, Terrifier 2, number 1 of the last 5 years for this guy.
Yeah, no, I don't have any bones about the movie at all. I do enjoy it. I've grown thoroughly fond of the Terrifier trilogy, and I never thought in a million years I would be saying those words ever.
Yeah, if you would have told me 8 years ago, I would have liked Terrifier, or 7 years ago, I would have liked Terrifier. Which I would.
Yeah, and same. I mean, if I would have told you that fucking 3 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, right, okay. But after watching it for the first time, I was like, okay, this wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I just watched it last year for the first time, 1 and 2. So the fact that I enjoyed them as much as I did is just surprising to me alone, let alone a lot of my friends and family that know damn well it's just normally not my cup of tea. But, dude, Art is a fun fucking villain, dude. He's just a fun guy. As fucked up as it is to say, he's fun, man. And he's too goddamn interesting to watch.
Yeah.
He's too interesting to watch. Like, you cannot take your eyes off him. But, no, I agree. Terrifier 2 is great. And it was a toss-up, honestly. I think, like I said, had the timing been a little bit more paced out, maybe, even if the runtime stayed at 2 hours and 20 minutes or whatever, and they just put something else in there, I mean, it wouldn't have been bad. You know I like long movies. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is like one of my favorite trilogies of all time. Extended only. So it's not that I have anything against long movies. It's just there's a point in time in a movie where if there's not something important, like something so important going on, or something emotional going on that I can like follow, I'm gonna lose interest, you know. And I don't know. I mean, it reels me back in by the end of it. It does, but there's just a lot of that just back and forth and stuff that I was just like, holy fuck, are we still watching this? They just did that.
I can't wait until they put out a Terrifier 3 Damien.
Yeah, no, a Terrifier 3 director's cut would be probably pretty funny. Not gonna lie.
They could put out a 4-hour cut of Terrifier 2, and I would still watch it religiously. I really would.
Jesus Christ, but
yeah,
no, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
And
it's been a pretty solid decade so far of horror movies. So
yeah, I will definitely say easily better than the teens. Like,
oh yeah,
easily better than the teens.
Oh yeah,
we're in a new golden age, and it's so fun to be a part, because being a horror fan in the like the 90s and the 2000s, kind of fucking rough.
Yeah.
So I fucking earned this shit.
I was literally talking to Peyton about this as well. I think that we've just hit a new dynamic of culture within the entertainment industry because there's so much information readily available, and directors and producers and writers and stuff of these big corporations are so easily contactable, you know? Like, they see everything now. So, like, you can have an audience not do so well in the box office in the movie theaters back in the 2000s or 2010s or whatever, 90s, you know? And, yeah, your numbers would show, sure, but, like, the feedback comes from a pretty marginal amount of people, all things considered, you know? But nowadays, instant feedback right away, early feedback from millions of people right off the bat. So, like, these producers can see, oh, shit, yeah, we shouldn't do this. We literally bullied Sonic into existence because the Sonic that they had originally in the live-action Sonic movie was dog shit. It looked fucking creepy, and then we bullied the fuck out of the director and producers and shit on the internet, like grade A high school bullies.
Mad props to them still for doing that, because if it would have, been any other time, they would have stayed the course and it would have bombed. Look at it now. Got a third movie on the horizon, and it looked so fucking good. I'm so excited for Sonic 3.
Dude, I'm not even a fan of the Sonic movies, but I even can see that that's something special. Like, they didn't have to do that. They could have stayed their hand and just puffed out their chest and said, no, this is my shit, I'm making my thing. And it would have sucked for it, you know? So the fact that they did it at all, it gets props from me. So
yeah.
But same with games, you know? Games are the same way. Take take World of Warcraft, for example. We were talking about the cesspool it had gone through. And that's because Blizzard was just so stuck to their fucking, like, chest that they were like, no, you don't really want what you want. You want what we're going to put out. So we're just going to do this anyway. And guess what? Shadowlands exists. One of the worst expansion in its entire history. And now that they've fired pretty much the entire crew, and including some head honchos and shit, they've got all new people, and some of the older CEOs and stuff that are still there have come forward saying, look, we apologize. We've been tone deaf in the past. We understand your feedback. We should have done this before. We should have done this sooner, and we apologize for it. Let us fix it now. And the game's in the best state it's been in a long time. Like, because they're listening to the fucking fans.
I also got a theory that I will tell you about after. Why? Blizzard. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Blizzard's gone through some shit, but still, yeah. The fact that they're taking the feedback and the advice and stuff like that and turning it into the product after we've asked for this. I mean, you can't please everybody, obviously, but, like, it shows, is all I'm saying. And I think that's the same with horror movies. People really looked at the horror movies that were coming out in the 2000s and the 2010s, and they were like, it's not so good. Don't do this again.
I mean, you'd have a few good ones here and there, but it wasn't as in as much abundance as it is now.
Agreed.
They've stepped their game up, thank God.
I think a lot of that also has to do with the amount of indie directors coming out of the woodwork and film festivals that are getting, like, just these people in creative corners of the industry that wouldn't normally have been able to put themselves on a platform like that. Streaming services definitely help with that kind of stuff as well. So we get to see a lot more stuff that wouldn't normally be able to get that that time of day, you know. But anyway, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate you, or listening if you're listening to this episode on Spotify. Make sure if you are on YouTube though, like and subscribe. If you're not on YouTube, go to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe. And we have a whole slew of stuff on YouTube, by the way, that you should definitely check out, that we're not going to be putting up on Spotify. So make sure you got some time to go on YouTube and check out some more of our episodes, because we've got quite a bit. We got a whole year worth at this point.
Which I guess channel trailer was put up November 20th, and then Five Nights at Freddy's came out November 23rd. So a year and 3 days today.
Yeah, so it's good stuff, man. Make sure you go and check that out and show some love, man. We appreciate it. We'll see you later.
Have a good one.